Good Sunday afternoon, everybody. It's time to get Sunday dinner going. Come on in. Hope you guys are having a God bless Sunday. So good to be back with you. I'm feeling good. The weather is beautiful, and I'm cooking one of my most favoriteest meals that I can cook. I'm going to do some turnip greens today. They're bagged turnip greens. I'm going to rinse them off, and then I'm going to get them in a pot with some smoked turkey necks, and y'all see them right there. Rutabagas, one of my other favorite things in the world. I'm just on this quest with my veggies. Gotta have them, y'all. And I'm gonna try my food ninja today. I'm gonna put a chicken and some chicken thighs in there, and we're gonna do some sweet and sour chicken today to go along with the turnips and the rutabagas. So we're just gonna have a good old fashioned Sunday dinner today. And I got some leftover mac and cheese hanging around. Let's see. I made this mac and cheese approximately a couple of weeks ago, and I made a lot of it. So I've cut it up and put it in the freezer. So there it is. I'm gonna pop that back into the oven and reheat it, and sprinkle some extra cheese on top of it. And I got my pots over here. My water is boiling to receive my veggies. So y'all, come on in, hang around for a little while, because in a couple of hours we're gonna have this meal on the table. I'm gonna start out, like I say, with my greens. First of all, I got to get this meat into the pot, and I'm going to have to cook it probably about 15 minutes, and then I'll get my greens going. Then I'll start peeling those rutabagas. Now, y'all know rutabagas are hard to peel. So when I start peeling, I'll just show you how we do this. You have to really love this dish. Now, Piggly Wiggly usually have them already cut up, and you just have to peel the smaller pieces, but they didn't have any of those today, so couldn't get by on those. But I did get by with the nice bagged turnip greens. So these look really, really good. I got 4 pounds of them, and we're gonna get them on here in just a minute. So hang in there with me. Okay, y'all, got those smoked turkey necks in that pot there. I got them in there with about 8 cups of water, and I'm gonna cook them down. Not necessarily cook them down, but I'm gonna cook them so, and I'm gonna season that water that they're in, and that's where my turnip greens are gonna go. And also, I'm gonna use some of that same broth off of there when I get done with the cooking my rutabagas. I boil them and chop them and mash them up. Then I'm gonna pour some of that same water off into them, put a little bit of sugar in them, and then drop a few pieces of that smoked turkey, and we're gonna have us something good to eat. You're gonna think you were back at mama's table like it used to be back in the day. So y'all, like I said, y'all hanging there with me. This is one of those quick Sunday dinner meals, but it's gonna be healthy and hearty. I thank God that I got that mac and cheese as a filler, and of course I'll do some cornbread, a little pan of cornbread. This is supposed to be my take it easy Sunday, and this is my taking it easy day. So this is the way I'm taking it easy, y'all. I'm not doing a whole lot. The most work I'm going to be doing in here today probably is going to be with the rutabagas, because you got to peel them. They're kind of tough to peel, but that's okay. Okay, I'm going to add a tablespoon of complete seasoning to those turkey necks, and let them go ahead and cook and get all seasoned up real good. And then I'm going to go ahead and get my water going for my rutabagas. I always season my water a little bit, so I'm going to put some salt, about a tablespoon of salt, in my pot with my rutabagas. This is going to be a lot of rutabagas. I'm cooking a lot of them because this week I got some things I got to take care of, so I'm not going to be able to do a lot of cooking. So I want to have me some good veggies when I get ready to eat. And then I'm going to do a raw vegetable salad with, hold on one second, my baby's at the door. Okay, everybody, I'm back. I'm going to go ahead and get started with these rutabagas. I told you, the rutabagas are very hard. See, you have to have a sharp knife, and this is the way I cut them. My hands are not the strongest, so I just cut mine down like this. I can do a little bit of this, but I got that trigger, that thumb's a trigger thumb, so I have to cut it out the best way I can. When you get ready to cut them in smaller pieces, that's when it's more of a challenge. The rutabagas, now you have to love these rascals here, because they require a lot. Let me see, I never tried peeling one with a potato peeler. That might work, y'all. Let me see. This is my test kitchen when we're in here. You know, we do a lot of trial and error stuff in here too. Let's see. Hey, who knew? Thank you, Holy Spirit. on my shoulder, helping me in here. And this is a good size one. So wonderful. You know what? I have had this thing forever, and I just really never even thought about. And I know some of y'all were probably out there shouting. I heard you. Get the potato peeler. Get the potato peeler. This works wonderfully. This makes it much easier. And then, like I say, the other part, you know, is getting them cut into pieces, which, of course, you have to have a nice sharp knife to do that. So this is, whew, this is a piece of cake, y'all. Lord knew I didn't need to be standing up here trying to peel that mint, because I was so disappointed when I got to Piggly Wiggly and they did not have the already cut up ones. Because I'm going to tell you, it makes a big difference when you don't have to do the cutting. But not to worry, the peeling was a cinch. So I got 3 of these to peel. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and get them all peeled, and then I'll cut them all up. I'm just excited. Okay. Okay, I got my babies here with my little tiny helpers are here today. What are y'all doing? Oh my goodness, look at Kylie. She's got her shade. Look at little Kylie. Isn't she cute? Okay.
Oh, see me.
Well, I'm going to have to let you see. She wants to see herself. Smile and say, hey, everybody. Can you tell everybody, hey? Say, hey. Look at that little dress. Is that not the cutest little thing you've ever seen? And she got on her sunglasses, Lord. Little girls.
Oh, a squishy. Oh, the squishy.
What's a squishy?
Right.
Oh, that's a squash. She saw my squashes. She wants a squishy.
Oh,
That
some squash.
You want some squashes?
Yeah.
Can you let me, I gotta cook them first and then we're gonna have squash, okay? She notices everything. Karan, her dad just brought her over and they were getting out of the car. I had gotten some stuff out of the trunk of my car. Now this is a little 2-year-old and I had left my trunk open, and when Karan got in the house, he said, tell Gigi about what's going on outside. She left her trunk open now. How's a 2-year-old? I'm telling you, she is just tuned in so keenly. I'm telling you, these little kids these days, that's why we have to pray for them, y'all. Keep them lit high and lifted and encouraged that all that knowledge that they have and the way they're wired, that as they get older, it'll be funneled into a positive direction. Because I'm telling you, this little 2-year-old is far beyond her years as far as observation. Now, I don't even know if Reed saw it or not. He never said anything, but she did. Because my grandson said, as soon as we pull up in the driveway, she said, look, Daddy, Gigi left her trunk open. How about that? Okay. Now, I got rutabaga number 2. And I'll be back next time y'all see these. I'll be ready to put them into the pan, y'all. Okay, y'all, cutting up the rutabagas. Cut them little squares like that. They cook a lot easier, faster. Like I said, it was just a godsend that, let me get my cord over here out of the way. Just a godsend that, how in the world I get tangled up like this, y'all? Y'all help me out here. Okay, here we go. Godsend that, that potato peeler took care of the peeling. So this is all I'm doing with these, is dicing them basically. Because when I mash them, I'm not going to mash them all the way up. And you'll see what I mean about how, see, they're hard to cut through. Where? A bee? Oh, that's a wasp. Here, here's a fly for it. Is that window cracked over there? Oh, he was inside. He must have came. I went outside to feed the birds this morning. He probably came in. Huh? Oh, shoot. I thought, did you close it? When Karan came in and told me it was open, Well, Kylie notified him, Daddy, Juju's trunk is open. I thought he closed it, so he didn't. Okay. Okay, y'all. Sorry about that. Y'all know when kids, if y'all have to take care of my babies, have to talk to my babies. But anyway, that is the process that you go through to get these rutabagas peeled and cut. And then next I'm going to rinse them off. And then we'll put them in a pan and boil them for about 45 minutes to mash them up and season them. I'll be right back. Okay, y'all, there they go, all chopped up. And one thing about rutabagas, they turn a bright, kind of a shrimpy, salmon-y color. So we're ready to put these into the water. Right, there you go. They turn a cantaloupe, a cantaloupe color. So unless these defy me, these will turn kind of that pinkish, orangey color, sherbet color. Cantaloupe, okay, cantaloupe. She keeps saying cantaloupe. Okay, Tansy, cantaloupe. And you know, I'm chewing one. I love them raw. Y'all know I like raw vegetables. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get these in the pot. 45 minutes. That's going to be a serious pot of rutabagas because I do love them. My family love them, so we can eat as many as we want and hopefully have some left over. Okay, so when you see them again, I'll be ready to mash them up and put the meat in them. So hang in there. Yeah. I want y'all to just look at the end of my kitchen. My grandchildren just having a ball. They just ran up here and went to sleep on the floor, and now they're gone. How about that? Okay, y'all, I'm back. I'm ready to put this chicken into the Ninja Foodi. And y'all know I'm going to have to do it a little bit different than what they say on, because I just want to utilize the entire inside of this utensil, because I found out last week when I did the ribs that I could take that basket out and just use the entire pot. So that's what I'm doing this time. And I'm going to go ahead and put my whole chicken in, and I'm going to put 4 chicken thighs with the legs joined to them. And then I'll make up my own little recipe. They had a honey lemon, and I may do that one, I don't know, but I'm going to go ahead and do it like this first, and then we're going to come back and see what happens. So this is my version of cooking a whole chicken in the Foodi Ninja. So stay tuned, y'all. I got the chicken. What I'm going to do first, I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in the pan, just move it around a little bit.
I'm trying to sign into on my phone to watch cable, and I need my username and password.
Okay. A couple tablespoons full. I just want to do that for taste. I haven't quite yet decided if I want to make this a sweet something or just regular. So I'm going to go ahead and put my bird in. Correct. So I can get my whole bird in there, but I can't get the whole bird in these other part, these leg quarters. Can't get all that in if I put the basket in. So I'm just going to lay these leg quarters in like so.
Yeah, but when I get
two,
do I sign into Spectrum?
3. And there's a 4th one. And of course I'm going to cut some, I'm going to stick maybe some green pepper inside the cavity just to get that flavor. And then I'm sure it's going to produce some broth. This is trial and error, so I'll know next time, because like I said, I didn't do the ribs exactly what they said, but they came out beautifully. So we're going to see if this, this works. Okay, I've got a piece, half of a bell pepper, a green pepper, and a half of an onion. I'm just going to stick it right into that cavity, just so that seasoning will go through there. And of course, I have seasoned. Okay, the chicken is all in the pan. We're getting ready to shut the lid. The lid is closed. And now we're getting ready to do the settings for this chicken. I think it's supposed to take like 25 or 30 minutes. Maybe a little bit long because I got a little bit more chicken in here. Let's get the camera up there where we can see it. So it says first of all, we got to turn it on. How about that? And then, of course, you got to select pressure. It's saying something about lid. Let's see. Yes, darling. Okay, hang on one second. I might not have the lid on there right. Let's see. It says lid. Okay, lid.
Did you get some?
Mm-hmm.
Right, I did it.
You get one.
So I'm at my mama's house. I'm trying to put my account in my mama's TV.
Okay. I think I've got the lid down now. Let's try this again.
Mom, I need a pin that right. That's
That
not
one.
the lid.
Okay, let's try this again. Let's see what happens. It's saying lid. What's wrong with the lid, y'all? We can get the lid right. Okay. Okay, we'll fix the lid. Okay, y'all, I didn't have the right lid on there, so let's get this thing. Let's get this portage sorted right, y'all. Okay, now I think I got it going on. Let's turn it on. Let's do pressure. It's on high, and it wants me to set the temperature. Set the time rather. It's on high, so set the time to. I'm going to do 30 minutes on there, okay? And then we're going to go ahead and hit start to begin it. Okay, so now the cooking process has started for that amount of chicken. So we're going to see what happens in 30 minutes. That chicken should be ready to go. Or we'll see. I didn't put any liquid in there, so we just gonna see. This is a trial and error type thing. I'll take the lid at the end of the 30-minute time frame. I'll open it and we'll see what's going. Well, I'm gonna stop it at 20 minutes to make sure that it has enough liquid in there. So we're gonna see, y'all. Okay, y'all, we are getting ready to put these Nature's Greens in. Bought these at Piggly Wiggly. These are 1 pound bags, and they said they're already washed, but I'm gonna wash them again. Because the other thing that I like to do too, they leave a lot of stems in there, so those, even though I've tasted of them, they're nice and tender, but I just don't like, I like more greens than I do stems. So just go through and pull some of those stems out before I actually cook them. Just because, like I say, I like more greens than I do stems. Okay, this is 2 bags already in here. My colander holds 2 bags, so I got 2 more bags to do to wash and pull those stems out. So for right now, I'm gonna go ahead and put this first batch in because they're gonna need time to cook down so they'll all fit into one pot. And remember, I got my pot over here on the stove already, cooking my turkey necks. Whoa, I thought I wasn't gonna be in here a long time. Seems like I'm in here a long time, maybe not. Anyway, I divided those turkey necks that I put on to boil between the greens and the and the rutabagas. So they're nice and tender. And you know how when you're eating these greens, you just grab you up one of those pieces of meat, take one more out, because you're more apt to eat them out of the rutabagas than you are the greens. Yum yum yum, they're good. So I'm gonna go ahead and start putting the greens in, let them cook down so that we can get the rest of them in here. So like I said, this is 2 pounds that's going here. So hopefully this whole 4 pounds is gonna fit into my pot, y'all. And as I'm putting them in here, if I see any stems that I don't want, I'm just gonna pull them right out. Like I said, I don't like a lot of stems. They're okay. There's a lot of nutrition, but there's plenty already in here. A lot of nutrition in those stems. It's just something about having too many in there. I want my greens. And like I said, these are a good brand name. Very good brand name. They're nice and healthy looking greens. So I'm just gonna put these. I'm still pulling stems, y'all. There's a couple that I missed. You know, turnip greens. Whew, you have to wash and rewash because of the way they grow. They get real gritty because they're down on the ground. There's a couple stems there that I don't want to eat. Okay. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and put the lid on and let them cook down. And then by the time they cook down, I'll be ready to get my next 2 bags in there. I want to make sure I have plenty of greens. You know, 4 pounds of greens is a lot because, you know, greens don't weigh a lot. That's why I probably left a lot of stem in there too. So, okay, that batch is ready. And I'm just going to go ahead and put the lid on them and let them continue to cook, okay? And get back over to the sink and rinse the rest of my greens. Okay, so I will be back shortly, y'all. And we'll go ahead and do the rutabagas. Okay, y'all, those greens are boiling. They're rolling. I put about a half a teaspoon of crushed red pepper in them and a couple tablespoons of vinegar, either brown or white vinegar, doesn't really matter. Now I'm going to let them cook for about another 45 minutes and they'll be ready. Next we're going to move on over here to the Rutabagas. Time to get them going. I'm still seeing them little stems, but that's okay. Those stems are actually good, y'all. But they're just somehow, to me, they just don't go with my greens. Okay, so we're just going to cover those and let them continue to cook. Chance, can you turn that down a little bit more? Thank you. Okay, so we're over here now. And I've drained off my rutabagas. And I'm getting ready to get them in a pot over here. I'm going to use butter with them. And of course, the smoked turkey necks. Okay, so I got 1 stick of butter. And these rutabagas, sometimes rutabagas are kind of sweet a little bit. These are kind of sweet a little bit. I'm going to have to add some sugar to them. I don't have brown sugar, so I'll be adding about 1/4 cup of regular sugar now. Mind you, this is 5 pounds of rutabagas, so that's not a lot per pound. Oh, why is that paper? Okay. Now, okay. Got the butter in. We're going to just let it melt. And then what I'll do is just put the rutabagas over there and just start stirring them around. Chop that meat up in it and put that sugar in there. And we're just going to let them simmer just a little bit. Not going to add any water because I'm thinking there's probably some water still left in them. Let's see. We can get them over here where you can see them. Okay. Don't have to add any salt to them because remember I salted my water, so the salt that it needed is cooked, already cooked through it, which makes them even better. And of course we're going to add black pepper to that pot. Okay. Let's get my camera a little bit further over here so you can see in that pot as we begin to put those rutabagas in there. Okay. I don't know what just happened then. We had a little camera. You know what? Every time I film just about, I have a little camera mishap. So I guess this time was no different. Okay, that butter is all melted. I'm going to go ahead and get these rutabagas into this pot. And as you can see, they didn't cook down a whole lot, so I've got a huge pot of rutabagas. Y'all know this is my super big chili and soup pot. So that pot is about halfway full, which is a lot. There's a green. There's a green on there. And all I'm going to do with this is just begin to mix them around so that butter will get on them. And then I'm going to go there and get me some sugar and put on them. I'm going to put some black pepper in them. And they didn't turn really, really orange. They're just a light, as Sandy said, cantaloupe color. So just a light cantaloupe color is what they actually are. Okay. And ideally what you want to do is go ahead and sort of mash them down as much as you can. I'm using my spatula here. We don't want them like cream potatoes, but we just want to get them chunked down and mashing them. I'll put in a different container and sort of let them just cook so all the seasoning will cook through them. Okay, let's get the sugar going here. I'll be right back. What in the world, y'all? Norika's gone home. Kylie's here by herself. Now, is she asleep? I think she's just wandering around, twirling her little dress. When they're here, they just play and just have the best time. And I just basically let them. As long as they don't hurt themselves, you know, with kids, you have to just sort of let kids be kids. So this is like, so that is fourth of a cup of sugar. We're going to see how much, if we need more. Go ahead and get them stirred up and they're really, really good. I might put me another stick of butter. This is a lot of, you can't, I don't know, maybe you can if you realize how big this pot is. This is a lot of rutabagas. And you're going to have to, I'm going to have to let them cook just a little bit. Okay. Okay. I believe I got enough sugar in it. I'm just going to take these turkey necks, and for the most part, I'm going to pull some of the meat off, and some I'll leave it on, and just drop them right in there, just like so. If you got bacon or whatever you want to put in there, and just sort of let them cook a little bit, get those flavors going. We got something good going on, y'all. So this, you know, whatever kind of meat you want to use in there to season them with, is good. I'm just taking my spatula here, just going through them just like that. I don't like to mash them too much, but enough to get them nice and soft. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and drop my other stick of butter in there. I think I'm just going to do a half a stick, y'all. Because this is 5 pounds, that's why I'm doing another half a stick. I'll concede at a half a stick. Okay. Okay, y'all. And that's how you cook rutabagas. And I'm going to put the lid back on and just let them put it on low and let them just sit there and continue to cook. Because I don't think you can really get them too soft. I've never got them too soft. I always, once I cook them and get them to this point, I always put the lid on and just let them continue to cook. So this is what they look like over in that pot. Looking good, y'all. Smelling, and I know they taste good. I want to add just a tad of water. About a fourth of a cup of water in there. So you have a little bit of liquid on the bottom of that pan for them to cook through on. Okay, so the rutabagas are about ready. Just gonna let them steep a little bit. Be right back. Okay, y'all, this is what our chicken is looking like over in here. It's has lots and lots of juice. You didn't need any water in there at all. It makes its own juice. So what I'm gonna do now is pour some of that broth off of there and make a glaze to go with it. I think I said I was gonna do sweet and sour, but we'll see. Just hang on a minute. Let me get this poured off. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and get my glaze ready for the chicken. And what I'm gonna do is use the crisper cycle on there. I'm going to use, let's see, I got 2 cups of broth from that chicken. And I'm gonna put me a cup of grape jelly in there. I got lots of grape jelly. Can y'all guess it? I got tons of grape jelly. So about a cup of grape jelly, 1/4 cup of sugar. I gotta put a little bit more. That was, excuse me. I'm listening to my food. It's making sounds over here. I had to check it out. So I'm gonna put some honey in here as well. I'm gonna put about a couple tablespoons of honey. Okay. Now that should be really good. What I'm gonna do is put this on the stove and cook it down. I'm gonna reduce it and then I'm gonna pour it over the chicken and put it on that crisp cycle on this foodie and see what happens. Okay. And I'm almost sure this mixture is seasoned just like it needs to be. Yeah, doesn't need to be overly sweet. Almost a buttery sweet flavor is what I'm tasting. So this is going to go into my little cornucopia pot here. And the reason I need to put it on the stove, I need for that jelly to melt down and blend with that juice. So we'll be right back. Okay, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and put about a cup of my sweet and sour sauce over this chicken, and then I'm gonna put it on the crisping cycle, and we're gonna see what happens. It's gonna brown it up a little bit more, I'm sure, and we'll get that sauce cooked down to those chicken thighs and that chicken, and we're gonna be ready to eat it here. Sure, as you can see, it has cooked right off the bone. So I put 30 minutes. I really didn't need the 30. I thought it would take more because I had the extra chicken in there, but the extra 7 minutes just pulled it right off the bone, y'all. But we're good. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna take my little measuring cup here. I'm just gonna drizzle it right over there, just like so. Just pour it right on top of that. This chicken is so tender, it's probably gonna fall to pieces when I try to get it out of this pan. I see why they have the little basket, but the basket was just not big enough for this chicken. So, well, you know me, I have to give it a little, make it a challenge. So, okay, now get a little bit more. Meanwhile, the remainder of this sauce is over on the stove cooking. I'm going to reduce it all the way down and make it be a dipping sauce for later. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the lid. This is the crisping lid. So that lid is on, so we got to turn it on. And because we want to crisp it, and we got to get it up to 400 for, let me see, we want to do air crisp. Okay, and we want it up to 400 degrees in order for it to crisp. So it's there, and we're just going to start it. Ooh. You know what? I'm not going to do it for 19 minutes, not by a long shot. Remember, the last time I did those ribs, I only had to do them for like 10 minutes, I think. So we're going to do this on 10 minutes. Okay? It's going, y'all. It's going. So we're going to see what happens. I'm not going to do the whole 10 minutes. I think I'm going to just stop it at about 5 or 6 minutes, and then I'll be able to tell if I need to cook it any longer. So it's on there. It was on for 20 minutes, but I'm just going to stop it when it gets down to 15. When it says 15 minutes, I'm just going to stop it. Okay. Hey, boy. Hey. What's up? I'm good. right there, Auntie. Okay, so she got the bread. Okay. That just worked out so.
Hey, baby. How you doing?
Hey y'all, we here.
Hey, that's perfect time.
Are the children
Perfect
here?
time. Camille, that boy gone. Marie just left about 30 minutes ago.
Y'all,
Yeah, who's she?
come on, what are you doing?
What you mean?
Is it quiet on the set?
Oh, not quite.
Now, I'm not, hey, what's up, family?
Yeah. Okay, y'all. Good,
Alright,
wonderful.
so this gotta be a presentation. Hey, bitch. Hello.
Okay, hey, Lisa. Okay, y'all, the food is ready. The train just rolled in. We got the leftover mac and cheese here. We got the fresh greens there.
Hey, Tansy.
The rutabagas with those turkey necks. And we got that Ninja Foodi chicken. And, of course, I got my reduced seasoning to go on the back. And we got Hushpuppies, courtesy of Outback, I think it is. So we're about ready to do this thing, y'all. So thank y'all for tuning in, for hanging in with me. I'm getting ready to get this food situated so these children can get their plates going, because they are ready to eat. Okay, let's do one. I don't want to put it. If I flap that chicken on the floor, that would have been the end of soup.